All right, everybody, we're going to welcome to the show now Eyal Hulata, former Israeli National Security Advisor and Senior International Fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you feel like we are close to a deal? Could this be happening in hours?
Good morning, Anna. Happy to be on your show. So it seems like this actually could happen. I mean, I think President Trump has been very clear in his intentions to seal this deal, to open the Straits of Hormuz, and to relieve at least this aspect of the problem, which is the energy crisis. I think from the regional perspective, the Gulf countries, Israel, of course, this is not the entire thing. The worry in the region is that if Iran can continue to exert its dominance and aggression across the region with its proxies and missiles, and of course to continue to pursue nuclear weapons, that is a problem that is still waiting to be solved, and we have to see what is in this deal. But I think that President Trump has been since very committed to this. It is his birthday today. I guess this could be a beautiful gift and present for this, but no one has really seen what's exactly in it. I think there's a lot still to be uncovered to see what's in this deal and if, in fact, it could be signed today.
Okay, well, and while it does seem like it's closer than ever, as Robert Sherman just said, you know, it's got to be signed, sealed, and delivered. And we have felt previously like, oh, maybe we're getting closer, but something does feel different about this. There are still some doubts, though. I want you to take a listen to House Intelligence Committee Chair, Republican Congressman Rick Crawford on this. Listen here.
It's typical with Iran. You know, we won't know until there is something signed. And even then, I don't know that we can count on them to honor the agreement. They have a track record of reversing themselves and look, throughout this entire negotiation process.
And as a former senior official with the Mossad, can any nation truly trust Iran, even if a deal is signed?
So we, of course, are very worried, and I will echo what was said there. Iran has been known to deceive the United States, in fact, the entire world also before. There is a myth out there that they've committed, or that they stood with the agreements of JCPOA. Well, they committed to what was visible in JCPOA. Behind the scenes, they've done other things whenever they could, and they continue to support proxies. They expanded their missile program, and they made preparations when the time comes to continue their nuclear program. We've seen all this from an Israeli standpoint during those years back then. So of course we're very worried, and I'm very cognizant. I think the American establishment is very worried as well. I think the Trump administration so far has been holding the line very firmly on this. I think if this deal is how to open the Straits of Hormuz, but to sustain enough leverage for future negotiations on your nuclear program, that's one thing, and I can see how this can play in the future. But if the intention is to allow the Iranians a free ride and to relieve the sanctions, this will be very dangerous, I think, to this. And I would be very surprised if this is what President Trump intends to approve in this deal.
You know, even before Operation Midnight Hammer and Operation Epic Fury, especially, the people of Iran had been in dire straits economically, right? Their economy on the brink of collapse, and they have just been absolutely bleeding money here since this started more than 12 weeks ago. You know, when all this began, President Trump seemed to tell the Iranian people, it's time for you to rise up, it's time to come out into the streets. And we just saw in Robert Sherman's reporting there, you've got some hardliners that are actually taking to the streets saying we shouldn't end this war. And he said, look, it's just one perspective, but it is another one that's out there. What are your sources telling you about what's happening there for the people in Iran?
You're very right, Anna, and this is a very good point, of course, to put there, because it's the Iranian people that ultimately will have the opportunity to define the future. The thing that I think is important to remind the viewers, in January of this year, they did go out to the streets in huge protests and were massacred in tens of thousands. The regime massacred them in the streets, in the hospitals, and dozens of thousands of people lost their lives during this protest. The situation in Iran is not getting any better economically. The fact that we see these protests to support the regime, you know, I would assume that they're choreographed, and you would expect a regime like Iran that their entire posture is positioned on the fact that they would be able to claim that they have actually won. But, you know, in what way have they won?
Eyal, we're just getting We're just getting some breaking news that I'd like to get you to respond to. We're hearing that there are military sirens going off in southern Israel right now, and there are reports that Hezbollah has launched projectiles toward Israel. If you guys want to send me some teams details with everything that we know, but just your reaction to that.
So unfortunately, this has been happening since morning. I guess Hezbollah did not get the memo. The deal has been brokered. This is the north of Lebanon, of Israel, the south of Lebanon, and Hezbollah has been attacking us. We've been supposedly having a ceasefire with Lebanon over the last couple of months that has not been respected at all. This is what Israel is dealing with. In the north, Hezbollah is using every opportunity to attack our soldiers or civilians. And Israel is a bit restrained in our ability to respond to this because of this negotiation. So if this deal is signed and there will be also a ceasefire in Lebanon, maybe this could be a new prospect. But other than that, the war in the north of Israel, the ability to secure our civilians is still happening while we talk. And as you say, yes, there are sirens as we speak in the north of Israel.
All right, and we will continue monitoring this latest breaking news with the military sirens going off in southern Israel right now. Eyal Hulata, former Israeli National Security Advisor, thank you so much for weighing in today.